Be right back. Welcome to the playback. Hi guys. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna let Facebook catch up here really quick. Get on with this. Here, let me pin my website. Oops. Oh my goodness, maybe. That's what happens when you got big old fingers. They hit the wrong thing. Vicky Joe. Okay, so that'll be pinned. Welcome, welcome. Everybody that comes in, let's say hello. I'm going to share this. If I can get you guys to share, that would be great. Maybe. So I'm just going to share it to my page, and then we're just going to go from there. Okay, maybe I lied. Share it one more time to a group. So if you guys could share this to your face page or a group that you're in. Do not share it with a group that you're not allowed to, though. I don't want anybody getting in trouble for anything. We are going to, I know I said join me for chalking, but we're going to ink a pillowcase. Oh. Put that over there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this ready. We're going to not chalk on the brain. We're going to ink. We're going to use our Tide, which really this doesn't, it's a lot darker than what you're seeing here. And we are going to put on a pillowcase. We're going to put this one, it says, "You are pretty much my favorite of all time in the history of forever." This is Chocator pillowcases. They come 2 to a pack, so I have another one in here. They obviously have been folded in the bag and they're a little wrinkled, but that's okay. They'll chalk on the brain. They will ink just fine. So, as you're coming in, say hey and let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time or if you are a pro with this. Okay, so this is my mat. I have another brand new one, but this is my old one. It's one I got when I first started over a year ago. Obviously, I've cut it. I had customer orders for kids' shirts, and this was too big. It was the only mat I had. So I cut this off so I could put it in the kids' shirt. It can still be used, though. It's not as sticky as it used to be, but it will still work. And these pillowcases are perfect. They're 18 by 18 mat, and our pillowcases are 18 by 18. I don't know if the nail salons are open. I gotta get my nails done. And they have to just take this stuff off and put some Color Street on. And we're just going to smooth it down onto that sticky mat. The mat keeps the ink from going through to the back so it doesn't bleed on through, but it also keeps your surface you're doing in place, so it doesn't slide all over the place. Get my acrylic paints out of the way. This is one of our brand new transfers. When I first seen it in the book, in our new catalog, I thought of my husband right away, so I had to have it, and I knew I wanted to put it on a pillowcase. And I got all my new stuff in February, but here it is the middle of March, and I'm just now getting it done. Okay. So I'm going to write on the back of this, just going to write favorite of all time. Of course, my V kind of looks like an O. Okay. Then I'm going to take the backer off of the transfer. I always do it that way, unless they're smaller ones, and I can sometimes do it the opposite way. But these new transfers are thick and they're very sticky. Very, very sticky. So normally I would not fuzz this because it's going on cloth, but these are so much stickier than they've been before. And I was watching somebody the other day, another designer. She had it on a t-shirt, not this particular transfer, but a transfer, and it was the green sticky stuff adheres to the shirt, and it left a teal color on her shirt. I don't want that to happen. So here we go. My fingers off of that. Okay. Get me a fuzzing towel. We have terry cloth side and we have microfiber side. We're going to use the terry cloth side. Terry cloth for fuzzing, and that just puts a little bit of the fuzz from the towel on the back of the stickiness, so it'll protect your surface and your transfer. The Microsoft side is to dry your transfers or dry your surface. My hand's stuck on there. I don't want it to flip over and catch itself. Now, you don't have to have this kind of, it could be any terry cloth towel. It can be one you got out of your bathroom. It can be your shirt. It can be your jeans. It can be your leggings, whatever you need, whatever you have. We just suggest not to use the microfiber because there's really microfiber doesn't, it's lint free, so it doesn't really have a lot of fuzzy stuff to go on there. Okay, still sticky, but it's not, I can feel that it's got some stuff behind it, so we're good as I drop it and stick it to itself. Try my best to get this in the center. I'm just, oops, got a hair. Like a husband hair. Not mine. So I'm just going to stick this down where the silkscreen is. So everywhere you see the words, where it's showing the white from the, this is where the silkscreen are. They are, it's not open. There's actually little tiny silk screens in there. Doesn't want to, wants to stick down, but it wants to come back up. I'm not trying to, so I just don't want it to bleed pushing it down and it wants to lift back up because I can see it. Which right where those, I probably should have ironed this. Okay, well we're gonna go for it because I have another pillowcase if I need to use it. So I'm just gonna go very slowly. I don't know why it's not sticky down. Okay. But you know, if it's gonna mess up on anything, it's gonna mess up on a live. So I'm gonna use a small squeegee. So, okay, anybody that's watching, say hi. Let me know you're there. You know you're watching this crazy girl doing what she's doing. I'm going to mix this up. It's been a while since I used the Tide. Normally you don't have to mix, you don't really have to mix the colors up, but it looked like the pigment was trying to separate a little bit, so there we go. Ink is permanent, and it has its own consistency. It's like a thinner, silkier feel. So we're going to ink this, and I'm going to go slowly. With ink, you can go slowly. You don't have to worry about it drying like the paste does. Don't want to press really hard, but you want to make sure it gets down inside those silk screens. Anybody has any questions or you really would like to know what it is I'm actually doing, please ask. I'll just let you know, I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. This is our Couture ink. We have pastes. We have Couture Chalkology paste, and they are non-toxic, water soluble, so they're great for kids to use too. Inks are permanent. You can use them on any kind of cloth, t-shirts, paper towels, paper or t-shirts, sweatshirts, shoes. You can even put them on my canvas shoes. I have a feeling this is going to bleed because it's coming up even after I do it. So, oh well. It's just going on my couch, right? Next time I do this, I've done these these pillowcases before, and I've never really ironed them, so I don't know why this one wants to be stubborn and cause the transfer to lift. And anyway, so yeah, the company is just it's a little over 2 years old. I've been with them a little over a year. I started not this January, but last January. So I've been doing this for a little over a year. I just got back from vacation. I was gone for 10 or 11 days. And I was not able to ink or chalk or do any of this, and it was like going through withdrawals, man. I just couldn't wait to get home so I could do this, even though my vacation I was having a blast because I was in Hawaii. And who wouldn't have a blast there, right? But I couldn't wait to get home either to do what I love, and that is this. ink all over my fingies. When I first started and I would ink, I would always tape off the edges because I was very messy. I wasn't paying attention. I'd start talking, and next thing you knew, I had it on the edge, over the edge. Couldn't stay within the lines. Gotten much better. I don't have to do that unless the only time I do it is when it's the silk screen is like right at the very edge, and I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to control myself. Okay. Okay, moment of truth, I guess. I'm going to put the rest of that back in, the stuff that was on here, I'm putting it back in the jar, because you don't want to waste it. I can reuse anything. You don't want to waste any of that. And I hope everybody's staying safe out there. The craziness that's going on in the world right now. If you're quarantined at home, this would be a great project for you to try. Give you something to do, artwork. You know, if you got kids at home, you can go on. You're on my webpage on Color Your World. I have a group called it's a Color Your World VIP. I put in some bundles there for kids and for moms too, or dads. As artwork you can do while your kids are out of school, needing something to do besides play video games and drive mom and dad nuts. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Okay, I did get some bleeding right here. Okay, so I did get some bleeding, which I'm surprised I didn't get more than what I have. And I don't have my blow dryer out here, so I'll get my hands cleaned up so I don't stick any more ink where it doesn't belong. Close up my jar over here. Again. So I'm going to lift this up so you can kind of see. You can kind of see right there it bled through, and then on the history the H kind of bled through. Honestly, I seen so much more lifting while I was doing it, so I'm surprised I don't have more bleeding through than I did. So overall, it's going to be on my sofa, my couch, so I'm not overly bummed about it. So there's a few spots I noticed that didn't quite go through, so there's a bunch of ink right in there. I'm going to, you just can take a brush, paintbrush, and just kind of dab it on there in those spots so it didn't quite go through it enough. Okay. I've seen another spot. Where was it? Oh, right there. So there's always ways to fix things. If I had, say I got on my finger and I stuck some blue right there, I can always get like a little heart or something and kind of just embellish it, go over the top, and you would never know. This, the history, when it dries, I will probably take some of my white and put a little bit of the brown in there just to make it like an off-white color, and paint into that H so it looks like the H will be open again. Where this bled through, maybe, and I can't really mess it up anymore, right? I'm just gonna make this, there we go. Oh, told you could fix anything. So it bled through, and then I just took some of the ink that was still sitting on here and just made this loop a little wider. Try not to stick my arm in this. Nowhere to go there. So that's what I did was where is it? I just took the paintbrush and made that a little wider right there. So you can't even tell that it was a mistake when with the bleeding. Nobody's ever gonna know except you that are watching and me. And then like I said, when it dries, I'll make a little bit of this color ink and go through there and get rid of that boo-boo in there. So even though you're doing something that's permanent, it's not really, you can't like wipe it off and redo it. You can always fix it. There's always ways to fix it, or put something over the top of it so it doesn't show. Like I said, if I had accidentally stuck my finger in the ink and got it over here or somewhere on there, I have like little heart transfers. I would have just put over there and did red or maybe even this color for the heart, and you would never know that I messed it up. I think it looks great, and I cannot wait for it to dry. It will sit in here. I usually leave the mat in there for 24 hours, so tomorrow night I will take the mat out. I will put parchment paper over the top of this. I'll use my little mini press. I love this little baby cute thing. I can't wait to get a bigger one, but this little baby one looks like a little baby iron. It's a heat press. And then I will heat set this so it'll stay on there. Like I said, ink it's permanent, so it will stay on there. But if I was to wash it without heat setting it, some of it might fade. This way, when you heat set it, it'll stay this color, this bright, vibrant color. Go ahead and move that out of the way. Anybody have any questions for me? I'm so used to having my Fitbit in, I'm like tapping it, it's not even there. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, get this cleaned up, watch a couple of my shows that are coming on, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Tomorrow's Friday, yay! I will be on Chalk Live at 8 o'clock Pacific tomorrow. If you are not a member of Chalk Live, shoot me a message, and I will give you the link to that. Anybody can join. So, thank you. Have a wonderful Thursday. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. God bless.